3 SpongeBob conspiracy horror stories animated. So this is 3 stories. We're gonna probably break up each story into another video. Prepare yourself. I don't know what we're getting ourselves into. There's a burger.
Story is based
oh wait, big shout out to Horror Shorts Party. Oh my gosh, I almost didn't shout them out. My bad, bro. Go check them out and drop a like on the comment on the video.
Floating around the internet for quite some time now. Of course, we couldn't make a SpongeBob video without animating such a thing, as the legendary tale behind the secret formula of the Krabby Patty is portrayed as highly confidential in the show itself. The next story discloses this disturbing revelation, and may make SpongeBob fans never look at Krabby Patties the same way again. I've been hired as a full-time cook for well over a decade now. More specific, I work at a restaurant called the Krusty Krab. It's the local hotspot in Bikini Bottom where the masses come to eat. And on top of that, it's how I make a living.
So who's talking is SpongeBob, right?
Frying Krabby Patties all day just to get paid less than minimum wage and satisfy my cheapskate boss, Mr. Krabs.
He looks a little crazy.
Despite being the main chef in the kitchen, I still don't know what the hell's in the secret formula. I mean, I know every ingredient of a Krabby Patty. It's just there's something more to it that's been kept confidential and keeps the well-oiled machine of a business afloat.
What the?
One day, I was doing the usual routine of cooking an order of Krabby Patties for some customers. I decided to peek through the kitchen window and holler at the other staff member who goes by the name Squidward. I get the usual reply of a hefty sigh as he
said,
"What is it, SpongeBob?"
Well, nothing really. I just thought we could have a little chat.
About what? Don't you have Krabby Patties to cook?
Ever heard of multitasking? I can cook these patties while talking to you.
Leave me alone, SpongeBob, or I'll shove my nose up your—
No, wait, just hear me out. What do you know about Krabby Patties?
Squidward raised an eyebrow and said,
What do you mean,
SpongeBob? Well, you know what I'm talking about.
The secret formula.
Squidward laughed and replied,
So what if I know the secret formula? I'm not sharing it with anyone.
You're bluffing. Nobody knows the secret formula except Mr. Krabs.
Oh yeah, SpongeBob? Then why are you asking me in the first place?
I was just wondering if you know anything about the safe where Mr. Krab keeps—
4 fingers.
And
That's
what
weird.
exactly do I keep inside me safe, SpongeBob?
A voice so eerily familiar came from behind.
Oh, look at that face.
Mr. Krabs, Sponge me boy, don't tell me you've been persuaded by our little competitor to do his dirty work.
I gulped, anxiety filling my throat.
No, sir. My loyalty only belongs to you.
His eyes seemed to penetrate my entire body. Then, moments later, he began showing off his claws, and with a smirk he said,
We shall see about that.
All right, so I don't want to interrupt this, but I am, okay? This is about SpongeBob's life. He doesn't know the secret Krabby Patty formula. I guess he might be about to figure it out. How does he not know when he's the cook?
Now get back to work!
Squidward and I nodded as we returned to our tasks, wary of Mr. Krabs, who continued to glare at me for being—
Gosh, Mr. Krabs is crazy.
I was called to Mr. Krabs' office, anticipating the likelihood that I would get fired. And so,
this is definitely the voice they would use.
I took a deep breath, hoping Mr. Krabs could forgive me. Then, when
Scary
I opened
stuff.
the door, no one was there. Instead,
Look at his
all I
teeth.
saw was a Krabby Patty on his desk, which I approached reluctantly. As I reached out for the burger, I was startled by the sound of pincers. Still glancing behind me, I saw Mr. Krab move his claws in a threatening gesture.
You seem a little jumpy there, lad. It's like you have something up your sleeve.
Hey, me
He
boy.
sensed my every move. To let him know I wasn't guilty of anything, I made a futile attempt
I'm
to laugh
SpongeBob.
and pretend he was just teasing. However, Mr. Krabs remained straight-faced the entire time, so I pleaded for my position.
Mr. Krabs, I'm sorry for being so curious. It's not what you think. I never intended to steal and sell off your secret formula to anyone. It's just I've been working here for so long and I wanted to know what makes your burger so perfect.
So, you want to know out of admiration?
Yes, sir.
Oh, God.
Absolutely. That's all and nothing more. So please don't fire me.
It's gonna be so disgusting.
I slouched as I begged for mercy.
Oh, trust me, SpongeBob. Getting fired would be the least of your worries.
Mr. Krabs' reply while picking up the burger from the table.
But I can't blame you for being enticed, so I'll let you off with a warning this time. But if you do it again, I may not be so generous, boy.
I repeatedly nodded, grateful for the second chance he had given me.
No problem, Mr. Krabs. I'll never speak of it again, here or anywhere else. I swear.
You swear on your life, me lad?
Yes, sir.
I said confidently.
Good. So we have a deal then.
He replied in a voice so deep that it sounded like it had come from the underworld. As I went to work the following day, I caught a fish peeking from behind a rock, stealthily taking
That's
pictures
not—
of the Krusty Krab. Immediately,
What?
I advanced toward him and pinned him down, demanding an explanation.
Hey, you! If you're here on behalf of Plankton, I'm going to— No, wait! You work there, don't you? You gotta get out of there as soon as you can!
The deranged fish said.
What?
Why?
I asked, still convinced this could be one of Plankton's schemes. Perhaps, if you ask his daughter, you would know. The fish replied, looking
Earl?
anxious. Then, in the
What's she
blink of
gonna
an
look
eye,
like?
He sprinted away and never turned back. His words stuck in my head. So, with my curiosity incessantly growing, I felt the urge to speak with Mr. Krabs' daughter, who went by the name
She's
Pearl.
a whale?
I waited for my shift to end. Then while Mr. Krabs
She's a
was busy
shark!
on the phone, I had a little chat with
Maybe
Pearl
she
and
is a
asked,
whale.
Hey, how you doing, Pearl?
Maybe she freaking is a whale. Holy crap. This entire time, I've been calling Pearl a shark. I can't believe it.
Good, SpongeBob.
I can't believe it.
Thanks for asking.
She replied as she batted her eyelashes.
So I know it's strange to be asking you a personal question, but I was just wondering, how did you and Mr. Krabs first meet?
Oh, well, I just remember being very poor back then. But when Dad took me in, I began to live a life of abundance and comfort.
She said, a hint of gratitude in her voice. When Mr. Krabs wrapped
She
up
looked
his call,
like she was
I
on
asked him
something.
something similar, to which he responded aggressively.
Oh,
Me
God.
lad, why the hell are you so interested in me personal life? Something smells fishy about you, boy. That's probably
Fishy.
because I had a sleepover at Patrick's house. But anyway, I'm sorry, sir. I was just— SpongeBob, if you ask
What?
me one more question about me daughter, the secret formula, or anything that doesn't involve cooking Krabby Patties, you're dead.
He ended our conversation and locked himself in the office. However, as I
Oh,
stood there,
God.
thinking of the fish who warned me earlier that
How did I get the
I felt
job?
the need to uncover the truth. So the following night, as my shift finally ended, I inspected Mr. Krabs' office while he and his daughter were enjoying a meal in the restaurant's dining area. I sneaked in quietly when all of a sudden, I heard loud footsteps approaching the office. I concealed myself underneath the desk, wary of Mr. Krabs' humming. Then, when he finally left the office,
that a
I went
piece of
across the room
cheese?
searching for clues. And then, I found bloody duffel bags in the closet. Unzipping them, I gasped at the sight of dismembered bodies, and it didn't take long for me to realize they were whales. That's when it made sense to me. The reason why Pearl didn't know what happened to her biological parents, and why the Krabby Patties tasted so good. Mr. Krabs had killed Pearl's parents, and used their remains as part of the Krabby Patties to feed the masses. I now know why they call it the secret formula, and how old Mr. Krabs is one sick bastard. Not only did he profit off the dead whales for his wealth, but he
Nah, bro, like he's been using her parents for how long now?
also adopted the daughter of the deceased. I guess that explains why he's a crab and she's a whale.
What? Okay. 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 That's all I got to say. Alright. Story 2. If you guys want to see it, let me know in the comments. Drop a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. What the heck?